Good morning! So we are back at the flat in Montpellier and we've had a lovely time here so far. The weather is really brightened up compared to the start of our trip and it is now lovely and warm outside. Today we are going to head out on a little day trip and we fancy going to the nearby city of Nîmes. So we're going to head into town and make our way to Nîmes shortly and to spend the day there. I've never been there before, so I'm really looking forward to just exploring a little bit, seeing what's there and hopefully coming across a few nice little shops. I've passed through Nîmes a few times on the train and I think there's going to be some nice landmarks and I think it'll just be something a little bit different as we've spent quite a bit of time in Montpellier and I think it'll be nice to see something new. And we're both really hoping that the weather will stay nice for the rest of the day. So we're all ready for the day, but we're just going to have some lunch and then we'll head out for the day. Made our way to Nîmes. We enjoyed another gorgeous train journey and Sam reloaded my little film camera ready for some pretty shots once we arrived. As soon as we stepped off the train, we were met with the most beautiful old train station. The exit from the station placed us in the heart of the city, which was the perfect place to start our day. Without any plan or Google Maps, we just began to wander and see where the day took us. Not even 10 minutes later, we found ourselves surrounded by a Roman-style market. People were dressed in full costume and it felt like we'd been dropped into another time. It turns out that by total accident, we arrived on the day of a Roman celebration. Parades, reenactments, the whole thing. It was completely surreal. It definitely made for a unique experience of the city. We walked through the markets, past the ancient Colosseum, and eventually made our way through the old town. The city of Nîmes has so much to offer architecturally, and we picked the perfect day to get out and explore. cathedrals and other Roman landmarks, the city was full of surprises for us that afternoon. One of my favourite parts of the day is when we stumbled across the canal. For a bustling city, it was a little relaxing haven full of beautiful fish and birds and the relaxing sound of the fountains. Wandered into the Jardins de la Fontaine, a dreamy escape filled with Roman statues, lush plants, and sunlit stairways. Eventually, after seeing so many signs about another landmark in the city, the curiosity got the better of us and we started climbing the stairs. Not really too sure where we were going, we just followed the path and the signs with the promise of a view. The journey was quiet, shaded by tall trees with little fountains and seated areas along the way. Even though the sun was intense, the walk was super peaceful. We finally made it to the top of the hill and enjoyed the scenery and explored the old building. This part of the town was one of the more quiet areas, perhaps because everyone was avoiding the climb in the warm sun. It was so peaceful and it felt like exploring our own little part of an otherwise busy city. Easy, and before we knew it, we were back in the city centre. That evening, we met up with family and enjoyed drinks and a catch-up in the sunshine. Before the sun set, we headed back towards the station and made our way home to Montpellier that evening. yesterday in Nîmes. We got home and ended up going out last night, so I didn't film anything after we got home, so I thought I would just quickly come catch up with you about yesterday and what we got up to. We had an incredible day yesterday. The weather was so lovely and warm. It's the best day that we've had yet. We originally hadn't actually planned on going to Nîmes yesterday, but we decided early on in the morning that we fancied a bit of a change of scenery, so we decided to just hop on the train and go and see what it was like. Sam had sort of passed through a few times, but we'd never really been there before, so we thought it was a good chance to just go somewhere new and explore a new area and just see what we came across during the day. I love to be really organised and plan ahead, but I think sometimes those kind of days where you just turn up with no expectations are actually some of the best, and I think that this was definitely the case yesterday. We left around about lunchtime and headed through to Nîmes on the train. It was definitely one of our more touristy days of the trip, as it is a place that we've not been before, so we're trying to really just tick off everything and see all the sights. We ended up walking through the whole city and we came across beautiful canals and monuments, and we finished the day catching up with some family and having some drinks, which was lovely. Overall, it was a much better day than I'd imagined. Some of the sights and architecture was incredible, and the gardens, and I'd love to just go back at some point and slow down a little bit and maybe just go to the gardens or parks and have a little picnic. I think that'll be on my bucket list for our future French trip. I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed my day. We had a brilliant time. I'm really looking forward to just exploring a little bit more of France throughout the rest of this trip, where we'll be spending more time in Béziers and Montpellier. So hopefully we've got some fun days and warm weather to come throughout the rest of the trip. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video here, and if you're interested in what we got up to for the rest of this trip, then I think there's going to be a few more videos about our French trip and what we get up to in Montpellier and Béziers that will be coming soon, if not already, so make sure you check those out. I hope you have a brilliant rest of your day, and I will catch up with you in the next video.